Hi, this is Sandro with SignalFire, and I'm here to show you how to connect the PATRIoT Gateway to one of our wireless nodes. In this case, I'm going to use the AirQ Scout as one of our 900 megahertz device that will communicate wirelessly to the PATRIoT Gateway. Over here on this side, I do have the PATRIoT Gateway. It is powered by a power supply here. You do need 10 to 30 volts DC to power the PATRIoT Gateway. I also have next to it, this is our MIOM module. So the PATRIoT Gateway is able to aggregate wired signals as well as wireless signals into this hub. So we have another video on how to configure the MIOM module to communicate with the PATRIoT Gateway. In order to configure the PATRIoT Gateway, you need the SignalFire Toolkit software. So I've previously installed this on the computer. You can get it from signal-fire.com. Go in our download section. I've connected the software with this USB-C cable, so it's connected to this computer. There's another way you can also configure the PATRIoT Gateway is using the RJ45 port. You would need to connect this to obviously like a local area network, and then there's a web page, a web server that allows you to interact with the gateway and do some of the basic settings. You cannot do everything as you can with the software toolkit, but you can do a lot just with this RJ45 connection. Now, to connect wirelessly, we do need an antenna. So over here, I have two different type of 900 megahertz antenna that we supply. So there's the panel mounted one, very useful if you're going to be putting the PATRIoT Gateway inside of a cabinet and you would like to have this antenna on top of the cabinet. If you plan on having the antenna to be further up for a greater range, we have this version here that is remotely mounted with a pipe clamp. So I'm going to use a panel mounted version here. I'm going to first connect this to the PATRIoT Gateway as such. Just wire that in. So now we have this antenna that will then go up to 3-mile range depending on the SignalFire node. The next part is now I'm going to move to the software and show you how you get started. So once you connect this USB toolkit, the toolkit with the USB cable, the PATRIoT Gateway will automatically appear in the software. So I'm just going to over here launch the toolkit, and then I'm clicking on auto detect. It automatically discovers the PATRIoT Gateway, and then the software shows up all the specific settings of the gateway. The first part of the setting you have to do is the network and network group. It's kind of like identifying the PATRIoT Gateway with its own name, and the name consists of two numbers, which is the network and the network group. And now for security purposes, just like maybe your Wi-Fi router at home, there is an encryption key. So I'm going to type in an encryption key over here that I've previously typed in. I called it Sandro Home. And that key now would be used for the node to be securely authenticated with the gateway. So the combination of network group, and the encryption key, those three settings allow for the node to communicate securely with the gateway. In order to configure the node, you need a USB serial 4-pin cable that you will connect to the 4-pin connector here on the node. And then you, again, using the toolkit, you're going to set up the same network group, and the encryption key. So I've previously set that in this device. You can watch the other videos that we offer that explain how to configure, set up a SignalFire node to communicate wirelessly. Once you've done that successfully, you go to the radio nodes page on the PATRIoT Gateway, and then you'll see the device appear. You're going to see the signal strength, its name that you've given to the node itself, and then how often it's publishing its data. Last, it's how you're going to get the data into your SCADA. So the PATRIoT Gateway being a protocol aggregator, it offers Modbus Serial, Modbus TCP, MQTT spark plug, as well as Ethernet IP. You can also have the information or the measurements coming from the nodes provided in an analog fashion. So you can have a 4 to 20 milliamp output. You can have also a discrete output. So as you can see, very flexible platform that SignalFire offers in terms of measuring your wired or wireless signals and bridging them into your desired host or SCADA system. So watch our other videos on how to set up the nodes, how to set up the MIOM module, and also how to set up the SignalFire Cloud or MQTT Spark plug on the PATRiot Gateway. Thank you.